come from a family of naturists.
Like bird watchers.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at TV series with the most excessive, explicit, and, hopefully, justifiable nudity.
Am I ready?
Yeah.
All set. Feel ready?
Number 10, Euphoria. Every modern anxiety and vice grip the sleazy suburbanites of East Highland, California.
What are you doing for dinner?
Dad, stop being a pervert! We're literally like all naked.
With themes including body image, orientation, and sex drive, nudity is prevalent on HBO's Euphoria. Each episode pushes the envelope with it across genders, as well as graphic simulated sex. While the teen characters are obviously played by adults, the show has received much controversy for holding nothing back in dramatising the mature exploits of kids these days.
It wasn't the violence that scared her. It was the fact that she knew no matter what he did, she'd still love him.
Critical acclaim aside, Euphoria has engaged the public in debate about how to address youth and general sexuality in mainstream television. Whether it can get any more scandalous with the characters moving into adulthood for the third season, the first two were candid enough about some naked truths.
To be honest, I'm not really the kind of person who wants to be known for their body.
Number 9, Girls. Showrunner and star Lena Dunham aspired to a nuanced, unglamorous portrait of millennial womanhood on Girls. She and her castmates weren't afraid to bear all in every sense.
I don't like it when you talk to me that way.
Yeah, well, I don't like talking to you that way, okay? I just want to be sweet to you. That's the thing that... But I also want to know why you didn't text me back.
The HBO dramedy wasn't just noted for representing realistic female bodies, it represented them as frequently and as casually as possible. Of course, the regular sex scenes further defied idealized Hollywood myths with awkward humor, romance, and titillation.
You're beautiful.
You really think so?
I do. Don't you?
No, I do. It's just not always the feedback that I've been given, so...
It was a tasteful confrontation with anxieties about body image and nudity in everyday life. There was probably more controversy surrounding critics' scrutiny of this hallmark.
I've worked very, very hard to overcome the challenges of my non-traditional body type and accept myself for who I am.
Whether the nudity on Girls can be considered gratuitous or refreshingly natural, there's plenty of it across 6 seasons. Number 8, Game of Thrones.
You still slouch. Let them see.
For 8 seasons, HBO's Game of Thrones stripped all romance from the high fantasy genre. One of its most talked about methods was the extensive use of nudity, much of the cast disrobed for sensationalistic or bold, often disturbing dramatic purposes. Some actors were actually recruited from the adult film industry.
Listen to me, my lady.
I'm not your lady.
You are. You'll always be my lady.
This element of the brand was often criticised for diluting the show's prestige, especially as it was disproportionately focused on women. Such scenes were thus walked back in later seasons of Game of Thrones and are surprisingly rare on its spin-off. The nudity on House of the Dragon is also generally more modest and male-centric. At any rate, its predecessor had enough explicit material for several shows. Number 7, Spartacus.
He does seem touch overdressed for the occasion.
Your subligaria, remove it.
Before Game of Thrones, stars really set the standard for shock value in TV costume epics. Their take on the legend of gladiator turned revolutionary Spartacus went way over the top on style, obscene language, and gore. Never mind the graphic nudity of both men and women.
Would your wife have wanted this? To see her husband consumed?
There are many things she would not have wanted.
Sexuality drove a great deal of the show's characterization, but its ancient Rome's glaringly anachronistic body types and cosmetic enhancements asserted the gratuitousness of it all. At least this complements the camp value of Spartacus, creatively entangled with a truly sweeping storytelling over 3 distinctly titled seasons.
You are Spartacus?
I stand so named.
Star's spin-off Spartacus, House of Asher, has a lot of substance to live up to, never mind its more saucy gimmicks. Number 6, Masters of Sex. Excessive nudity doesn't have to equate to gratuitous.
Nice to meet you. I'm, anonymous.
What a coincidence. I'm anonymous, too.
I'll take your gowns.
Showtime's Masters of Sex fictionalizes the lives and work of sexology pioneers William Masters and Virginia Johnson. This means that each episode is full of graphic sexual content, in the name of science.
I think that's enough.
There are women in the room, Bill.
There were women in the study, Chuck.
Nudity is also utilized as a way of expressing the complexity of characters and relationships in the 1950s and 60s. The show tastefully placed sexuality at the center of the human condition, winning critical acclaim as a legitimately adult drama. Unfortunately, the premise was tough to sell to a wide audience.
What are our chances of winning?
Acquittal is one goal, but winning in the court of public opinion...
It's even more crucial. I mean, this case could tell the world about the work that we do.
Masters of Sex may have ended prematurely with 4 seasons, but it was a lofty experiment in premium TV standards. Number 5, the L Word.
Sexuality is fluid. Whether you're gay or you're straight or you're bisexual, you just go with the flow.
Showtime's The L Word was ahead of its time for focusing on LGBTQ culture from the female perspective. It's driven by friendship, love, politics, and of course, the bedroom. The show features tons of casual female nudity and passionate hookups.
I thought you were a hottie. Get out. I did. Did you really?
Some feel that this key trend across 6 seasons sensationalized the subject matter. Moreover, many in the represented community criticized the perpetuation of an affluent Hollywood fantasy. The showrunners at least respected that for the short-lived reboot, The L Word Generation Q, which was just as steamy as the original and much more diverse.
I needed you to talk about nothing with, or eat spicy fruit, or vegan pizza or something, I don't know, but I needed you. Just you, and I wanted...
The L Word may not have been the perfect representation for its ambition, but the explicit material is confrontational enough. Number 4, True Blood.
You should take some vitamin B12 to replenish.
I need to do that every day.
If you don't mind, yes.
The sexy vampire fantasy was practically the heart of HBO's True Blood. This steamy supernatural soap explores society after synthetic blood allows vampires to come out, as it were. Obvious allegories for sexuality, blended with camp, made graphic nudity a hallmark of 7 seasons. In fact, it escalated with each season.
I'm sorry. Low blood sugar.
This custom helped make True Blood a hot topic and a subject of controversy. Besides accusations of exploitative sexual content, particularly in later plotlines, there was criticism of imbalanced nudity between men and women.
Oh, great. Now you want to save me too? I thought I was dead to you, Bill Compton.
The show's ostensibly progressive themes were as divisive as its storytelling. True Blood remains a cult classic, partly for how far it took racy soap tropes on premium cable. Number 3, Californication. David Duchovny's shocking follow-up to The X-Files may as well have added 2 more X's.
Sweet baby Jesus. Hank is going to hell.
Showtime's Californication follows Bachelor writer Hank Moody through the Los Angeles dating and celebrity scenes. There was no shortage of beautiful people across 7 seasons, but there was a shortage of clothes.
Give me a break. You once spent an entire class ranting about how much you hate Coldplay. Something tells me that you could care less about what's frowned upon.
Awkward sexual exploits were a key comedic and plot device that grew more prevalent as the show went along. Many viewers felt that it came to rely too heavily on nudity. Duchovny himself, who struggled with many of Moody's vices, told Rolling Stone magazine that the complicated themes of debauchery got muddled by sensationalism.
It's about a guy trying to keep it together while falling apart. It's about life, love, sex.
Californication is still a blunt portrait of excess, particularly in one area. Number 2, The Deuce. Only HBO could do justice to The Deuce, which finds epic drama in New York's sex work and adult film industries around the 1970s.
I heard they got sex clubs advertising on the TV. Half the damn country walks around naked.
Yeah, but the movies, you could sell them, like, out in the open.
Needless to say, explicit male and female nudity is rampant in each episode. At least the boundary-pushing content was appropriate for the raunchy subject matter. The dedication to the cast and crew's comfort was no less groundbreaking. The Deuce was the first TV show to have a resident intimacy coordinator, now a standard for sex scenes in Hollywood productions.
Frank, you know what a producer does?
What?
He solves problems. He doesn't cause them.
The show could definitely back up its commentary on the perils and politics of crude entertainment, but mainstream entertainment would have to get pretty crude to match that much nudity in 3 seasons.
Here's what I know. Deuce, it's like a cockroach. It's here before us. It's gonna be here long after you and me are gone.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Banshee. The edgy Cinemax drama aestheticized nudity as much as action.
I don't know where I belong anymore. I know you know how that felt.
Chemistry. Cinemax's short-lived erotic dramedy challenged nudity records in just 1 season.
Bourbon? When'd you start drinking bourbon?
Things change.
Is that what your lawyer drinks?
The Girlfriend Experience. The Star's anthology tackled sexual politics thoroughly and graphically.
When am I gonna see you again?
Soon. Wait. My phone. I got it.
Minx. This revolutionary dramedy about a feminist erotic magazine featured mostly male nudity.
Sorry. I read the time wrong. I thought you guys started at 12 a.m.
What audition starts at midnight?
Outlander. Steamy romance has become a staple of Star's long-running historical epic.
It's getting rather late. Perhaps we should go to bed?
To bed?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Shameless. Paul Abbott adapted his British dramedy to working-class Chicago with even more riotous satire and nuance. Showtime's Shameless also took advantage of its premium cable format to fulfill its title. For 11 seasons, the Gallaghers coped with dysfunction through debauchery, crime, and steamy misadventures.
I'm not sure what you think you're doing, but there's a policy against fraternizing with your professors.
I don't want to fraternize.
There were hundreds of nude scenes to progress the characters, comedy, and commentary. Emmy Rossum most notably defended this content and defended against being shamed for it.
I just don't get it. Like, it's not violence, it's not offensive to anyone. I don't get it. It's the human body.
Right.
We're all born naked.
That's true.
Got it off my chest.
But was all of it really necessary? Nudity was part of a shocking brand that actively outdid the competition in mature television. With even that declining over time, there may never be another show like Shameless. At least there's still quality TV behind the more crude and controversial content. Which shows do you think use their racy moments more memorably and effectively? Get frank in the comments.
Well, those are pretty sexy. What else is in there?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.